Alright, time for another turn. Judging by the size of the turn, any major combats didn't happen. Had one drone get chased around by a battleship and frigates. Managed to kill one drone. Ah, the one I sent down there, I see. See? There's a Kentaran scout hiding out in that nebula. Otherwise, there was a Kentaran battleship chasing around the drone I sent into Cydonia. And no combat reports we got from our allies transmitted to us last turn. Mr. Solopano said in chat he was going to play defensive, which I think is the wrong move. He needs to take his moment of surprise while his enemies are unprepared and not just wait for them to kill him with their superior economy. But oh well. Let's check the log. Anything else happened? We certainly got a lot of tech transfer to us this time again. Bunch of refits all went through, very good. Yeah, Applied Research 4, Research Directorate, that is. Intel project, getting some minor amount of resources with the Kantarans again. Vehicle systems, shields, sensors, heavy ship mounts. What is heavy ship mount? Max level. Storage and rippers. Environment. 6 small ships. I think that's the max level small ships now. Medium ships. We can upgrade the design we made last time. What was it? The generics design? I figured we could just call it a Raptor. That only occurred to me afterwards. Vehicle systems at max. There's basic sensors 4. That's the 5 range sensor. Shields, okay. Okay, and a couple more levels of bombardment and high energy is what we're expecting. The bulk of the new technology should have already been transferred by now. Very nice. Alright, anything else we need to launch here? Scout, 2 scouts, a couple more warbirds. A new cargo ship's been built. One of those repair stations. Okay, I don't see anything we need to launch into orbit. Planet lost some conditions, but it's green anyway, so it's populated by motionless people. Stream of reinforcement drones. Battleships coming in here. Nice. It was where the ship was that caught our little scouty drone. Let's check out what that design was. Yeah, right next to the warpoint. It has of course no chance. Just on normal boots. So disable it with the ionic disperser and kill it with the darts, I guess. Yeah. That thing did not live long. Saw the beam hit and then it stood still and then it just exploded because it has no HP. Alright. Alright. What else happened? Let's look at this battleship chasing our drone. Since there was repeated combats, I assume he actually sent the ship to chase after my drone, which is of course not crowned with success. It does go up to 10 speed. Is Quantum 3's in here? In the solar sail. It's pretty quick. It's got heavy ship mounted phase disruptors on these designs. I have 120 range. And of course absolutely amazing accuracy. My ion engine drone still being faster than that quantum engine battleship with all its solar sails. Alright, let's look at that. Didn't make it very far. Okay, how about you go take that route? Go through that planet. If this thing keeps chasing, the drone, it should eventually end up in this Slurpano fleet. Maybe I can drag it into there. Oh, look at this. It's 2 ships and 10 drones. Cruisers. Nierg from the E. Interesting. So you just go there. More fleet. Is that this fleet that was not heading here? Looks like. Well, they moved their fleet a couple tiles. So the E had a fleet with I don't know what, that was heading this way 2 turns ago. And last turn it didn't come through this warp point, so it looks like they turn around and I know here. And he just has his 8 ships. He's waiting for them to get destroyed, I suppose. Okay, you just try to drag that ship there in the meantime. And I guess these E fleets are going to start knocking over Slurpy colonies. Does he have them well defended? 4 weapon platforms are going to stop our fleet, I suppose. I'm interested in these cruiser designs. Does he have any of those here too? No, it's just destroyers. Ordinary support ships. Was it Nierg? Still got a mix of guns. Heavy incinerators being the nastiest of them. They even have up to 130 range and nasty accuracy loss. Well, standard slug ship. Standard direct fire combat vessel. Alright. Let's see what we have. I was sending this ship through here. Looks like I lost 2 movement. Alright, let's see how far that can go. You up here, I don't think you're needed. Oh, he's just sending his ships around between his planets. What else? I think he left, the E left 2 carriers on that world. Yeah, they did, they retreated them. He was trying to kill those if they were still there, I suppose. And then he's retreating back to his planet over here. If he just keeps these distributed fleets around, they're just going to get ground up. Alright, you don't really need to be here. You should probably go upwards, see if you can find Gurak stuff. Gurak were meant to surrender to the E. I'm not sure if he now wants to play it as the Gurak and the E. He's going to continue submitting turns for the Gurak. I have to talk with him about this. But the idea was that the Gurak would surrender, and I think they would have to be accepted the surrender this turn, and at the latest next turn the Gurak shouldn't exist anymore and should all fly under E flags. We will see. No, let's go check out what our scouts are doing here. You need orders. Do we want to put you upwards here to keep an eye on any Gurak assets? Maybe we should try to infiltrate you into this place. Okay. This isn't really my war front, but still, since I already have the ship here. Good, then let's take care of the rest of our empire. First of all, let's go and upgrade our designs yet again. Did we get any more repair levels? No, but we can remove more life support and crew quarters since they now do 100 each. Means we need half as much as we do for from level 1 set supply, 50 each. 40 kilotons left of space on these. I don't think there's anything we want to put on these. I mean, you could technically put a gun or two on these, but whatever. You could put repair pods on them, but they're not very efficient at all. They cost a quarter of a repair bay and 1/5 of the size, but they do 1/18 of the repair amount. It's not worth filling up the space with repair pods on one of these stations. Right. Any future mining bases I build should also have the new designs to make use of the reduced amount of crew quarters and life support needed. So let's go make a design for that. So we'll delete these. And then how many do we actually require? This can go. This can go. Can we delete one more? No. Okay. I'm gonna delete it again. I'm gonna open up the design again. Delete just the right amount. Just to keep the order of the components in the list nice. And now we have 935 kilotons used, which is unfortunately not enough to put in an extra miner. Oh, and these can go too. Still, it's not enough to put in an extra miner. What we can certainly do is put in a solar collector now, though. This generated 100 supplies, and these require less than 100 supplies. As long as you can supply one, I think the entire thing will work. So this should be fine. We'll do the same for our drilling operation here. A lot less needed here. And slap in a solar collector. Refitting it to this might take some extra cost. There's no need to upgrade the old designs that we have in operation already, since it doesn't mine anymore. But we're currently building a bunch of these drilling operation S2s on E-build. We're gonna have to see if we need to adjust the intermediate designs. I will see when we try to refit. Apparently I wasn't getting the math right for refit cost maximums anyway, and it was more permissive than I thought, so I guess we'll see. There's one of our new recon ships. We should upgrade those as well. Upgrade the designs. I'm still going to send these ships out. Almost stations we can upgrade real quick. What we can do is smack repair base on these. Only put one on it, I suppose. It remains a space dock 550, but now is a repair bay. 7 designs that haven't been started yet. Included, okay. 500 minerals, more expensive. That's mostly the repair base, almost 500 minerals. Okay, it's gonna make refitting on these places easier without needing dedicated repair stations. We didn't get another level of stations, so we can't fit any more repair bays in there. Okay. The Starbase Hulk, the base Starbase design, should also adjust. But 4 plus 6, that's 10 life supports and 4 plus 6 crew quarters. 10 each. Very nice. Okay, the Derridex. Oh, I got 2. Yes, I can't yank out 3. Yeah, I need to have 1 internal each and then 4 on the sides. Okay. Touch design again. Delete these, and now we have 20 more kilotons of space. I put in there. It's nice that we have all these heavy mounts now with heavy mount 5. We still have 120 range, but we do more than 100 damage even at max range on these APBs. Comfortably more than 100. That's very good. Okay. 20 kilotons extra. We could just smack in another armor plate. Just balancing them more for shield and armor. Again, now with our shield generators being stronger. I think level 6 is the maximum they had too. How much is that? Well, it's 10 HP per size point. Could count the structure points as well. Whereas these are more the 12 HP per size point. Because armor is repaired and shields don't. But they're relatively similar. 5 to 10 HP per ton of space. Okay, we have 40, 60, 120, 140 kilotons of armor and 90 kilotons of shields. So I'd rather want to balance it, if anything. I think the 7 guns on this thing are nice. They're fine. 7 guns, 45 kilotons. With 5 PD weapons on here. 90 kilotons of PD. Any other gimmicks we want to chuck in here? Could put in a, what was it, extra combat sensor, but that's pretty weak still. The jammers I don't think matter as long as we call it the Derridex. People are going to figure out that they're not going to be very different. Still the consideration of adding these stealth and scattering armor for a little bit of ECM, but again we're fighting pretty accurate ships. And if I don't have higher level ECM, I'm not going to try stacking that harder. Supply pods. These are micro-intensive to activate. Self-destruct devices, at least at level 3 now, but we mostly have the same technology. We should actually have a little bit more technology now. Our own technology plus all of theirs. So they might have an incentive to capture our ships. Sometimes battleships like this are just going to lie around being disabled after a battle, and those are always good boarding targets. Could put it in. These do level 4. This 4 points of ECM. Yeah. Put a shield regenerator. I think I already talked about not wanting these last time. Gimmick weapons like shield depleter, anti-engine weapons. Shield depleters kind of suck, honestly. Put an individual gun on there, a Meson Blast. That was level 1. It's short range, bad accuracy, much lower damage than anything else we have. I'm not gonna put that in as a support gun. We're gonna remove another armor plate. Put in a 4th shield and then, I don't know, 10 kilotons for multiplex or self-destruct device. Remove the armor plate. Yeah, let's just remove the armor plate, chuck in the shield, and now decide between the multiplex. Oh, it's bad. 5% more accuracy. And the self-destruct device. Okay. I'm fine with that. No designs upgraded that we haven't started yet. And this is our new Directorates. Good. There was this cruiser design, light cruiser design. We can now upgrade again. I don't think I'm going to start queuing up many more of these. Unless, of course, I want to aim for some specific timing for an attack. The problem is they can only have large ship mounts. Real cruisers, quote-unquote real cruisers, can have heavy ship mounts already, I'm pretty sure. What could we possibly need as a support weapon? Or as a support unit on a fleet? This thing only has that one bomblet and that one point defense beam. Our enemies are still pretty missile heavy. Maybe we could use some extra point defense on him. Has 2 shields. It's a bit light on the armor, I suppose. We did give it a scattering armor just to confuse long-range scanners. Lots of ECM and command sensors. Yeah, let's give it more point defense. Give it that. And some extra ammo. And then 5 kilotons more armor, I guess. Oh, one of those we haven't started yet. Okay. And let's look at the cruiser we have available now. Possibly not the prettiest texture and model ever, but it can use heavy ship mounts. So if we want to go for that, we can also do that now. I don't think there's much advantage in using cruisers, especially level 1 cruisers. We have the battleships anyway. Alright, let's upgrade the remaining designs that we have. These small freighters, can they make do with just... They can make do with just 1 quarter and 1 life support. So let's upgrade them thusly. These are 30 kilotons in size, so even if I remove the extra supply storage, I will only have 20 kilotons to spare. Instead of the supply storages, go and chuck in a solar collector. It's going to make you the better support ship, having that little bit of extra supply generation. You need 200 quarters. 300, too bad. The upgrade button again. Just remove these. And same deal, if we remove the supply storage, we have 20 kilotons left to spare. So let's do that and chuck in a solar collector again. Eagle, our scout ship. Our frigates have not grown in size. The frigates max out earlier on the small ships tech tree, but we now have the sight distance 5 basic sensors, which is good. And now that we have tachyon sensors, we might want to consider putting these in here as well. Sight level 8, it's going to see any mines and any stealth plates for sure. Otherwise, we don't have 40 kilotons to spare on these ships. Probably make do with a lot less solar collectors. You still see at 50 side range. So if you can just save another 10 kilotons, Oh, look, we can. Perfect. Like this, we can upgrade our eagles to tachyon sensors. And I'll just build a couple of the Eagle Force. Okay. Repair ships. It's going to allow us to put in fourth one of these. Repair ships. Well, that's how much? 80, 120, 130 space. We could save just a little bit more. We could put in a sixth repair bay. Very close. Just 10 kilotons to save. Now we can't move out another life support unit and crew quarter. Can we? No, we can't. We will lose one speed if we remove an engine. There's no 10 kiloton engine I can put in space. So too bad. It's going to stay with 5 repair bays, I guess. And I'm going to chuck in yet another solar collector. Okay, that's what we're going to upgrade once we actually we're going to upgrade them again once we needed a refit specifically for them. I think we already upgraded a Hawk down here last time. Yeah, we did. It's under repair while it's in port. We might as well upgrade it again. It's not like we need that one destroyer out there immediately. IX. 25 more kilotons of space left to use. We could put in more lights. Put in more PD as well. I think more PD isn't going to save you. I think you just want more HP as a lead chip. Let's remove these. Destroyers of course need 150 anyway, so there you cannot run them with just one life support, one crew quarter. Too bad. We can't save even more tonnage by reducing our overhead. Armor plates, where art thou? There you go. Let's see, remove that armor plate as well and chuck in another ordnance storage because I don't want this thing to run out of ordnance. And that's fine. $1,080 extra HP on this thing. Okay, you go refit. A space dock finish here. Could go and refit the space dock to a number 2. That means we won't be able to build anything in here this turn, though, I believe. So I'm going to try. Yeah, 4 more queued here. I don't think I can refit and build at the same time, but I'm gonna try. This place is shipyard operation, this place is shipyard operational. How about you go there and refit? You can use most of your movement towards this way. I guess 15 movement is more like half your movement. You could actually go reach that repair yard over there, but this one's busy anyway. This one is half repaired. You know what, I'm greedy. I'm going to upgrade them all yet again to the DirectX 12 designs. What I'm not going to do is upgrade this repair base, because we actually need that operational. I certainly could use is another, but it's going to take 3 turns, maybe 4, for it to finish. I really want all that to be here, really. Well, it's not going to be. Better to have some extra repair stations around. They don't cost much to support, and we certainly have the money to spare. Alright, whatever, I just built another repair yard there. And the scout is going to repair on this world over here. Okay. Founded 2 colonies here. This one last turn already. With these large weapon platforms. They're going to take a while to build. This place afterwards is clearly going to be a rats facility. Refining. Methane, you haven't received migration yet. Go ahead and build a space yard. Where would we queue a spaceport? Yes, we did. But no resupply depot. And then you can start building a rats facility, I guess. So these 2 drones. Alright, I kept them out of sensor range of the Eee Scout over there. So questionable if I can catch it with my 11 speed drones. First of all, let's check the movement log. Yes, we saw it, it's still there. Can I get a reading on the exact design it was? No, I can't. 2 drones even. Now let's check, can I even catch these? What are his scout drones going to be? Aye! Yeah, they're 14 speed, we're not going to catch these. Okay, so I think you can save yourself that and you can just go there and kill that ship. There's no technology from the Cantarans we want to capture anymore, right? I don't think we have a Philmos boarding ship here anymore. I think I just refitted those to these Kitty Hawks, didn't I? Raven Hawks. The combat, yeah, the combat was directly on the warpoint. Okay, so you go there, do that. And afterwards you can go back, I suppose. You know what, afterwards go clean up that, because it bothers me. And you can try to catch anything that's in the system. You are building the fences. We have those space docks queued that weren't started yet, I see. Some of them. You here intend to buy and have spare scout ships. While we are still preparing, you can go refit yourself. These are building generics to be done in a couple turns. Over here's the one that we haven't started yet. It is maybe going to be a turn late. We could make an even smaller warship. Like a destroyer. A destroyer that's not a hawk. I'll put in 2 or 3 lasers, APBs. So if only the Ripper beams available, I don't have incinerator beams yet. Gonna be some turns until that. Oh, better to put this closer to the center of the ship. Yeah. Put a third. Okay. And 5 kilotons more armor. That'll be fine. And now we have another support gunship for our fleet. Bolster our numbers at the right time. Problem, this thing needs a name. Let's search for one. Alright, we're gonna call it a Shrike. Sounds like a proper Romulan warship name. Not at all, because I remember it from either Star Trek Armada 2 proper or one of the mods I played for it. It's not a secret weapon though. It is a regular combat ship. Ship defenses. Strategy optimal range. Break. I guess you should stay in range in formation. Okay. Oh, if these don't break apparently. Whatever. Now you go build a smaller ship, please. There you go. Finish the turn faster. Okay. This little fleet sickle was done. I'm just going to center it here. We still had this warp point undefended. Nothing came through. We're going to refit. Some of these shipyards here are still busy filling up their planets. Only you're really done and ready to produce stuff. Then, how fast can you produce generics? 3 turns even. 5 turns for Derelics. Let's do a generics then. Still doing the stuff. All the Derelixes that are here, I'm going to upgrade yet again. But we're still waiting for another 4 turns for that invasion force to be able to go out. Most of these seem to get repaired pretty well. This one isn't yet, but the others are. Oh, those are only the Derelix 5s. They just arrived, I see. You were fully repaired though. Refitted and repaired. Okay. Who else wants orders? This cargo ship that we just finished here. Anything in particular you wanted to go and do with you? Looks like, but that's still gonna take a year for it to finish building that batch of mines. Guys here building drones. You don't need to carry those anywhere. Unpleasant place. Build some troops. Going to have almost 10,000 of these once all these are finished. They're currently in queues. We are establishing an interstellar police state. What do I do with this cargo ship? Planets here have anything I need to carry? No. No, no. They all don't have mines either. Could go and collect some of the older weapon platforms. It's kind of nice to have some peppered in occasionally, just so planets aren't completely free knockovers. Don't think I need it here for moving population. Talking about population, did we get the first immigrants from oxygen worlds? If so, we certainly have a need for these cargo ships in the midst of our empire. 2 planets here that we can undome, but there's just Slurpees there. Oh yeah, right, the Slurpees, it's the oxygens. Not the Zorn, the Slurpees. Okay. We'll get some recycled Romulans. No, you do not need that AdMod plant anymore. And you probably won't need value improvement plants anymore either. When are you going to be a bit bad for minerals facility, so I'll just go ahead and make you a research facility then. Move 1, add a research directorate. Increase all research in a system. Oh, it's a system effect even. I thought it was just a planetary buff. Okay, let's strive to have one of these in every system then. More Romulans here, another resource colony. Well, that's great values. If you have monoliths, that would be the place. Another one of these ships. These did not receive migration. Alright, that was that transport we just finished over here. There you go. Go to that world, please. And T for transport, don't collect all of them. You should please collect a lot of them, and then we can just go drop them onto other worlds. Alright. A lot of these places are just finishing their AdMod plans, so it's not like they're already half done. Where was the other world that received migration? Knoglam 1. Over here. You were chewing on your AdMod plant as well. Scrap the Romulans, like old metal. Oh, they're building a value improvement plant here. Yeah, it could be a resource colony in the distant future. Alas, the future is not so distant now. So let's just make this a research center as well. I could use more shipyards in these parts of the galaxy in general, so start with one of those. While you add it, just smack in one of these after your shipyard is done. Oh, wrong button. Colonies. Did we get any more methane population migration? Because there were still 2 or 3 planets outstanding with that. One planet with a Kenta. No, we did not. Okay. This fleet doesn't know what to do. You can reabsorb your support ships. Go ahead and make one of these task force leader. And then this fleet can just sentry there. Is it placed better now? Not really. Still all pancaked against the edge of the sector. Is it because these arrived later? What is it? I'm gonna give an attack move order there and then sentry. I don't want them right around the war point, I just want them to be in range. Alright, what do we have? You're building one of your not drilling operations. And you are still going to wait for that to finish so you can repair it. You there are an eagle. You should also go refit yourself. The tachyon sensor. You there are the Derridex should head towards the line of the front. And this backwater planet should build more warships. And maybe here, tax rack. Asteroid belt hidden here. Okay. So building a drilling operation just takes forever. First of all, what do we even want to do in this asteroid belt? Yeah, minerals. I'm not sure if I can upgrade these as easily as before. I'm going to go and update these designs. Okay, I kind of cheaped out and just made one new design for the stage 3 Mark II that with eBuild builds in 4 turns that I can then upgrade straight to the drilling operation 2, I hope. And then I think we can save ourselves the old designs. I think I'm still going to leave them unobsoleted in the list because I'm still building a couple of these. But I think this is going to be fine. Let's see if it works. Once we're done with that next time. Yeah, you also have a repair ship coming, good. We refitted our dairy decks here while it's there, and it's stuck there because all the engines are replaced. I'm going to go and continue upgrading it. And you are building a regular drilling operation straight away. So you were already there for a couple turns. Okay, I'm going to check the repair order of my components. What is going to repair first? Construction makes sense. Vehicle control, sensors, and after the engines, so this thing can continue going to where it's supposed to go. Okay, that's fine in order. There's another derelict here. Its engines are repaired mostly, but the rest is not. So I'm going to add and refit that as well. Need to go ahead and refit that as well. Was it infinite refit loops is what we promised them that they shall receive. I'll have 0 out of 9 or 12 movement points. Maybe in a turn or 2 they can actually start moving. We're going to move this somewhere to collect mines, right? Oh yeah, we didn't really know what to do with this. We could upgrade this for the extra size. Did we even make an upgraded design for these? Transport cargo. No, we didn't. Can we fit in more? Yes, we can. Oh, we certainly can. We still have the extra levels. Okay, then let's try to squeeze in some more stuff. Cargo base, where art thou? Not a carry 268 mines instead of 187, or what was it? I think we already got cargo base 3 from our tech sharing as well. Yeah, keep the plates on, they're fine if you need to go into an asteroid belt or anything else. Well, you're not really going to go lay mines in an asteroid belt, are you? Satellites, maybe. Yeah, whatever, keep them. The alternative would be putting a sensor onto these. Don't think I'm constructing any more of these. So not good. And the big cargo ship as well. Pretty sure they need 300 pop. Pop 300 crew. Mine layer, oh, the satellite layers up there, okay. You do have a sensor, so we just need to fill you up with more cargo base. Now we have another 10 kilotons remaining. If we remove the sensor, we could squeeze in another cargo bay, but I think this is going to be fine. We could put in like a 10 kiloton Point defense blaster, scanner jammer. Scanner jammer would probably not be the worst idea. So people can't see what's in these. Don't think I ever built one of these. Alright. Those I'm not going to upgrade. I could. I could. I already decided last time I wasn't. If I need to upgrade these, I need to pull them out of the fleet, drop their troops again. Oh, that's not going to take any extra time. Yeah, we're not going to send these out before we have the main fleet that we want to send out, so let's do that. The Gorga 2. With you as well while we're at it. No, first of all, we select everything. Remove all orders, drop all troops again. And now we can order your refits. Actually, we need to make the design first. This ship button better, please. Oh, it's 2 life support. Okay. I'm just going to retouch it all then. Touch this. You're going there, you're going there. You can stay. Engine configuration. Fences. Armor plates don't really matter which order I touch them. Cargo base. You have even more cargo space now. You had 720 before. I don't want to take anything away. So I guess you're just going to have more cargo space because we're upgrading the cargo base to level 3. We could even put in yet more cargo base. The idea was always that these would be defended via point defense by other ships surrounding them or other drones. You can very much use an ECM component though. That's somewhere. Scattering armor is, I think, a little bit too weak to actually put on here for the effect. This would be an idea, the 80 kilotons. Yeah, normal armor plates are still 120 kilotons per 10 kiloton size. Just put on another shield, I guess. With that, another shield. Put in an extra cargo bay. On this level. Yeah, put it on this level. And another plate. Pretty shield heavy. Yeah, actually, these things are mostly single use, right? Actually, repeated drops from these are also nice. So you're getting more armor out of putting plates in here, more HP out of putting plates in here, versus repeated uses of these. Every time they absorb a couple shots from weapon platforms. I don't need to go back and repair anything. Yeah. I think I want that. It's not that hard to give them support via a repair ship. It's going to leave one shield generator in there. Alright. This is a new Bactianos design. Don't think of building any of these. If we build any new ships, they're certainly going to look more like this. Any new drop ships, that is. Look at this. This old battleship design costs 3k minerals. This new destroyer troop ship design costs almost 2k minerals. The cost difference there. Alright, the Pactiano seas are going to upgrade themselves. Then they're going to repair for a turn, maybe 2, and then they're going to load again and rejoin their fleet, and then they can set out together with the other stuff in 4 turns about. Ones that we collected here are going to idle. They all have sentry orders. Good. What else we have? One of those the Davidex we promised an infinite upgrade loop. I already upgraded you, and this is our new 64 drones group. And I think we need this down here first. Move that way, please. Any supplies you can pick up on the way? Not sure if drone groups will automatically pick up these supplies. So let's give them orders to do so. That place is going to, oh wait. The zone homeworld is going to have a supply station which you can use to reload supplies. What's the problem? Can't I give load orders? Load cargo orders on these guys? No. If I hit O, nothing happens. That's not great. Can't give T for transport on them as well. Okay, so I'm just going to have these go there. Yeah, I'm just going to have these go towards the homeworld here first. Then I can see if I can manually transfer some supplies into orbit. Okay. Sinus 3 over here. You're the one we wanted to go and have collect weapon platforms. Actually, drop your weapon platforms for the moment. You carry all that many? Yes, you can. You are a breather after all. And then you can not recycle, but refit to the Sinus 4. I think then you can carry even more weapon platforms. Gonna have to figure that out then. You're the planet that's on repeat launch, yes. So you just go down somewhere. I think we removed everything that was going towards waypoint 2. Just going to have waypoint 2 overlaid with waypoint 1 here for now. Okay, you fleet, stay there where you are, and that is it for ships that want orders from us. Let's look for planets that want orders from us. There are a couple. Not you. You. One behind you is also going to want orders. Yeah. You do have an AdMod planned. Of course, what we can do is start upgrades for all these research centers soon. So we're going to wait until at least the next level of research center. Actually, how much does this take? 63%. Yeah, let's go dump it all in here and overshoot the number 5 level and go straight for 6. I think 6 might unlock our next level of the research directory. No, it unlocked at level 4. Next level might only unlock at level 8. If every 4 level gets one of these. Who knows, whatever, I'll just go get another level of applied research. I can certainly use it. 4K research points and hopefully rising soon. We're still going to need to figure out what to do with you afterwards. You can just build some support units. Those repair drones. Those are fine. You can build ships. So you go ahead and build warships. Then where else were planets that needed orders? Here was one. 100 is fine. You well, you could use the space to build drones as well. Repeat those then. The others we can't really see well behind here. Yes, you. Also build some drones on repeat. Okay. More victims to give orders to, please. Canopus and Marjoram. Oh, you over here were done, right? I guess we just build more warships. And you. So, one of the other things I want to do is harass these individual mining ships that these Kentarans have about while I can still enter their systems relatively unharassed. So I want raiding ships, which means I'm going to pick the fastest hull I have available that has a meaningful combat power, which is a destroyer. I'm going to put a cloak in it. I'm going to build a ship to harass our enemies. It's going to look much similar to the Shrike I just designed. So I'm going to use this as a base. And this one is going to be an attack ship. It's going to get a cloak. The device of cloaking, put it there. I'm going to remove one of the guns for to be sure. We are going to remove most of the armor plating. I'm going to put in a jammer of the scanner. We'll put it that way. Add in a second shield, if I can fit it. And this ship is missing combat sensors. I should refit the other ship as well with combat sensors. Damn, I was thinking of that earlier and forgot. And this ship needs combat sensors. Thinking maybe we could remove the bombard missile, so we're not reliant on having ammo available to us. Just rely entirely on supply-based point defense. Remove the ECM, the combat sensor. Put them on the outer edges here. You can try and tank a little bit. Ships are functional even without the combat electronics. And what? Actually, I'm going to rejiggle these towards these positions here. Those are the piers to my sense of symmetry. Now what? Putting scatter break sensor, scatter break armor here would not be bad, but I'm missing 10 kilotons of space. I could remove the scanner jammer that does the same thing for without giving me much in the way of HP. But this way. This one blocks 3 sectors worth of long range scanner range. The other one would do 4. I'm not sure if they stack. I don't think enemies have scanners, and once they get them, they certainly won't be powerful immediately. Okay, so this ship is designed to raid any targets of opportunity. It's not necessarily designed to take on other warships, just token defenses. That's why it's a relatively low point defense. We could probably even get away with just a 1 APB beam. I wouldn't mind having the self-destruct device on here and some supply generation as well. I can't fit a solar collector or 2 in here as well though. I'm going to try upgrading this to a light cruiser. Let me consult my sheet real quick. How fast would a light cruiser go? I think these would go, 15 speed. Light cruisers are 13, I believe. With quantum force, light cruisers lose 2 units of speed. These mostly avoid their engagements by not being there. So I think I'm going to stick with the destroyer hull. I do want to put in a solar collector though. Okay. Single APB, still enough to take down supporting ships. The quantum engines give it quite a hefty bit of supply storage, and this way you can reload some of that. I mean, if you take forever to laser down one of these big ass mining ships, that might take some supplies out of you, so it's good to have some way to regenerate it. Second sensors are more than we can fit in here. We're definitely going to need regular sensors though. This on the internal slot, since even if the ship gets disabled, I would like to see what's going on with the stuff that destroyed it. What direction it fled, if it's still around, things like that. Alright. Don't have space for the self-destruct device, but this is fine. Put that on there, with 2 big components, neatly balanced at the edges of these rings. That appeals to my sense of symmetry. You are going to try and kill things. What is your design name going to be though? You're gonna be Orient class raiding ship. Alright, make some of these. For instance, in this place. Ship attack S. Make some over here as well. We just queued you, another generics. Did we queue up at the Deridex here somewhere? No, we didn't we? We're still building ships for the actual invasion. Instead of building a Shrike here, I could also build one of the Rians. Just build from one of the planets that are busy with themselves. You're still busy for 2 turns with that, you're busy for 3 turns with that. You can get one out pretty quick. After your +1 missile weapon platform, please. Okay. So a lot of research centers 3 in the queues here. I'm not going to hit the upgrade everything button this turn. I'm going to do that next turn or the one after. Yeah, just so we don't waste any time building upgrading research centers to level 4 when I can immediately upgrade them to level 5 and then level 6 afterwards. Alright, so even if we continue constructing some research centers, 3, even if I have level 4s or 5s unlocked now, I'll just take that. Like these. I will accept that little bit of inefficiency, just so I don't have to mess with upgrading everything multiple times. Okay, then there's one thing I want to do, and it's placing these research directorates everywhere, in every system that has meaningful research. So they increase research by 5%, which means you need to have at least 20 research centers in a system for these to be worth it. Otherwise, you would gain more research points just building another research center instead of a research directorate. You can fortunately see that we have 44 research centers in existence in this system and 17 more queued, and we already have a research directorate queued in this system as well. We'll visit the next one, Marjoram. You're not a candidate to place one of these. You certainly are, though. Look at this, 37 inside here, and 1 research directorate queued. Anodyne, there was a lot of intelligence going on in this place. But I also have some research centers, 22, just enough for it to be worth it. That centers, mining and refining, but mostly mining, and the more intel centers. These are farming colonies that don't actually farm, right? Not 45. Yeah, even that is not farming, but doing intel. You're actually farming at 149%. Alright, then we are going to delete one of the research centers on here. Put in the research directorate. It's going to take 7 years, 7 turns until this is actually done. It's probably not actually worth the losing 7 turns worth of income from one research center to upgrade our income by some 5 or 6 or 7% after those 7 turns, but it's going to make, we're going to unlock higher levels of these relatively soon, and then those upgrades won't take as long. So I hope in the long run this is going to work out. Alright. You here in this system have 50 research centers. Let's build on one of these that's just building drones. Okay, you are mining colonies, so let's build it here. You're a candidate, a backup candidate for receiving rats facilities, but I don't think that's particularly urgent. So go scrap one of your research centers. Unrepeat your build. You have a research directorate, you can finish the drone that's under construction. Oh, Mama Jack. This system has 26 research centers, so let's also fit one in here. The mining colony, this is a researchy compound. This is a carbon dioxide planet, actually. I should try and fit these facilities on carbon dioxide planets. Since carbon dioxide planets don't increase the research amount from research centers, but they don't affect the percentage increase by the research directorates. None of the planets in here are green that I could put them on. So this one is a green one, that is good. There's no green world in here I would be able to place it on. Then we have one queued in this system. Yes, we did, but where? There's a green world I could like put it on. We just need to find the other one. Where you? Where did we put you? There you are. So you're going to be populated by people with emotions and research bonuses. More micro-optimizations. Then a homeworld system. Actually, a homeworld is the mixed facilities. I'm not going to put it on a homeworld though. But we do have a green world in here. It's even a research world, so that's an easy choice. Scrap that. Oh, we didn't need to scrap it, you're still constructing them. Oh well. We'll just build it there. Oof. 89 in the system. Wait, where does it say system Q 0? Oh, because 0 level 4s, huh? Yeah, it only counts the specific level. Okay. If we have this many, it would probably be more efficient if you build this sooner rather than later. Now I want to queue these afterwards. Okay. Instead of waiting until everything is done, just try to get this done sooner and affect all the other 89 research centers that are in the system. It's interesting, it only shows level 4 research centers that are queued, but it shows level 3 research centers that are in existence. Was it hashtag just SE5 things? Being a quirky little game? What do you even do? You're a spaceport. I never colonize anything in here. There's no reason for this to be a spaceport. It's not going to be a mining colony of any kind. We should remove the spaceport and put something else here. I can't put a mine or a research center or an Intel compound in here, so I'm just going to put in a storage compound. Move the spaceport. Unrepeat yourself. You can put a climate control facility or something on it to improve the planet conditions. Or when this will eventually get converted and used. But I think this is fine. Okay. This place does not have any research facilities, although it would probably be a very cool place to have some. We already took care of this system. The Vendrine system does not have any green planets. It has 30 research centers though, so we do want to have some. Okay, you're still building. So once you're done, just build one of these as well. Okay. Nebula, nothing in here. This place doesn't have any research centers built yet, but it has 10 queued, notably 10 level 4s. Do you have any other level 3s queued? It's the level 4s. Oh, and the Research Directorate as well. Do you have any green worlds? You do have green worlds. A farming colony that actually does farming. The mining colony that certainly does mining. One's an Intel compound. And these are actual research. Okay. So it's worth putting a research facility in here. I'm going to put it on one of the green worlds though, even if they're not research worlds. To queue up a last research center after all. I'm going to be putting it on this farming world. You're also going to finish that support ship this turn. This is another prime opportunity to put one of these raiders or scouts into production. There you go, that destroyer. Alright. Oh, we never actually colonized this system, didn't we? This hydrogen world large, we could use that immediately. Methane, 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 we also have breathers for that. Do you have any spare shipyards? Well, you're building rats facilities forever. You're not. I'm going to go ahead and queue up some colonizers for this system here. While I go count distances, I'll go pause the recording. Alright, I queue them up. They're going to take 2 turns. And I upgraded them all to Mark II designs with the new crew quarters, which is going to save each of these designs an entire 12 minerals. At some point, the savings from these micro optimizations are basically just masturbation, because I don't think these 12 minerals are going to do much for anything but my own satisfaction. Alright, I was looking at the system to determine if I wanted a research directorate on here. I have one research facility in operation here. That's probably the one in there. So we have the remainder of our storage. Should upgrade that real quick. And the 2, because why not? We'll upgrade that real quick. This one is going to be building mines forever. We queued them up there. Once that is done, we can do the upgrades, I guess. You're doing rats. You're doing mines. So rats and mines is what the system does. The 2 research facilities here won't really do much of anything. If anything, if we have a system miner or system rats complex, I would be replacing these research centers with that later. Alas, we do not at this point in time. Alright, more systems, TechSrex system. Lots of planets here, including at least 61 research centers, and who knows how many more under construction. There is green places here, so if we have any green intercompound, if we have any green research facilities, we should utilize these. No, these are the only 2 green planets in here. Could of course use one of these that isn't built yet. You have 2 slots and you have already filled these with non-research centers, okay. Same with you. And 39. Do we want to take away one of the refining facilities here? I think I do. It's just a tiny planet. You're going to have one of these. Canopus system. There's only a couple planets in here. And 5 of these are research worlds. Research centers. Aha, but you're building so many more. Then on your green world here with 139 mineral value, I'm going to go ahead and tell you to build one research directorate on there. This place still has the mixed facilities from the zone home world. Otherwise going to be a research facility here, yes. You are going to have a couple. And you are going to have a lot for this converts. So this here intercompound is going to be less intelligent and more research directory in the future. In the distant future, once this is actually finished building. This system, 1 green place, research, 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 farming, research. So you're most definitely going to be affected by a research directorate. Positively affected. Do it like this. You can build your value improvement plant later. The Pelagi system. No green planets in here, but a lot of research compounds queued. In fact, it's only research compounds queued. What does your Oxygen world do? a research directorate. Okay. And then 3 planets in this place. Intel research. You can barely fit 10 research centers here, and you won't be able to fit more for a good long while. Once the Atmo plant here is done and this turns into a breather, it would be worth it. But just the 12 research centers in this system, it's not worth it to put a directorate here. Ideally, I would like to build a directorate just before this converts, but it's going to take forever. So let's not build one here. And this system is just going to be settled. And I haven't put any research here yet. Okay, I think that's it for research. Compounds, do we have one in this system? No. I have 9 research centers in the system. You're doing mining, you are meant to do research. You already have some research centers, or you already have a bunch. Okay, and you are also doing them. Then we do not have any green planets in here, neither colonized nor uncolonized. Then let's go pick another place. You are our refining world. Supposed to be. Oh yeah, great value. We don't want to detract from that if possible. You're also very good value. You're an Intel world with just 2 Intel centers. You're domed. Domed but not doomed. Oh, there's a green world here. If you're green, just put it here. Alright. Then we have 14 of these queued. We have how many systems in total? 15 we currently have spaceports in and are collecting from, plus 2 that are currently building spaceports. That is most of our systems. Let's still count this one. I hope not. Still 14 systems out of 17. That means we missed 3. This one is not going to be affected. This one is not going to be affected. That's -2. And I guess this one is the third. Okay, then we have accounted for all of them. We didn't miss anything. Good. I think that's it for this turn. I'm going to check our allied chat. The Serpa narrator said there's still -5,000 minerals in their net production, which we can certainly give them. So I'm going to institute gifts. I believe my other ally, the Twilight Empire, is also at -8,000 minerals. So I'm also going to give them a gift. Slurps. Gift. Just gonna call it more bankroll. He said he's building everything on emergency build, so that's why even with all the tariffs we're now giving him, he's still in the negative, which is fine. Just go build more stuff. I mean, if you're just going to collect it in orbit for the E to prepare and destroy it, it's nothing much but a hindrance for them, but oh well. Mr. Twilight is going to be much more active with the stuff I give him. So we're building drones and chips on his homeworld to go and kill all the ugly freedom-loving people on the other side of the galaxy. Man-Eater 4 AP27 is his current design. Oh, look at that. I'm going to build a lot of freighters here. Moon. What are all those going to be? There's the man-eater. Little moon. Ship mine layer, those are small freighters. This you just have a fleet of these to lay mines. That's 8,000 kilotons of mines, that's 800 mines, most of a minefield. A full minefield being 1,000 mines. He doesn't have these armed. He had some sort of armed freighters around as well. There's the shields on there, scanners, jammers, everything. And 2 mine layer components. 2 mine layer components don't really give you much of a benefit. It means you can launch 2 mines at once in combat. In combat, mines can get laid. They are pretty much invisible. Not sure if they even get rendered at all, if they're just so tiny you never see them. And yes, ships can run into mines in combat. You can often see this if a single mine layer is going to be chased by another ship that's right behind it, chasing from straight behind it, and then it suddenly explodes because it ran into an invisible mine that the mine layer laid while retreating. That is the only situation where having multiple mines launched at once might matter. Okay, then he had his man-eater 4 AP2 7s or something. Heavy mounted APBs. Those don't have the full damage bonus yet. This must be heavy mounts level 1. Ship not very much unlike what I have. There's 2 flux, 2 bombards, 2 beams on there, 4 shields, and that's at 65 kilotons of armor. He's pretty heavy on the ordnance storage for his bomblet missiles. Well, I guess the flak also shoots ordnance. Bit heavier on PD. Ordnance here has a basic sensor on these, which I skip. Otherwise, not that much difference. So 1040 kiloton designs. Yeah, I put 7 guns on mine, 7 heavy beams. Eventually. A bit more defensive than my designs. Even though I would say the offensive tech is better. Well, let's see, what will his latest designs look like? He's still got heavy ship mounted APBs, but these are now the level 4s or 5s. He's got a shield imploder on here, which instantly kills the shields of the ship it impacts, which can be quite OP. And that means that 24 to 64% of the shield HP will then be applied as damage to the ship that had the shields. Otherwise, still much the same. 5 APB guns. For shields, he's upgraded to 100 kilotons of armor, a total of 2.2k extra HP, and a total of 3k HP for the ship. What are these? Man-Eater IX. A newer design. Turn 67, turn 71. No, it's not newer. It's a different design. He's using his phase disruptors here, which are his interdimensional weapons. They have a little less range and a little less punch than the APB5s that we have, but not very much. They're more accurate though, which might be worth it. We're refitting these. You might not want to swap out one for the other though. There's null space shield gens on here, less armor and less HP in total. Level 1 null space shields are not as good. Or level 6 shields now provide 300 points. Level 1s these already provide 250. Better than level 1 or 2, level 3 shields even, but still. Less HP than the level 6 shields you have now. Otherwise the same. We need a 12. 6 phase disruptors, heavy mounted. They're the same size as APBs. Incremental direct upgrade. And I believe this turn he said he was going to go and chuck in 2 wave motion guns. and I believe an incinerator or something was latest design. So once we unlock these, I'm also going to play around and play around with these and see what they can do. There's mine layers. What's that? Fighter? Osmo fighters. We didn't use fighters much this game. Large freighter. Lots of ordnance storage. Many flux pods to generate new supplies. A fleet support ship. Sensor. Some extra HP. Even ECM so doesn't get hit as much. Santa Claus. Drone carrier. Yeah, he experimented a little bit with drone carriers, but I think he was not satisfied with them. All the extra cost is not worth the ability to launch these drones from somewhere. These drones can just fly everywhere by themselves. There's not much reason to have them in a carrier. There's some exploits you can do with the drones getting free refills of supplies and ordnance if you launch them in the right situation and they get recovered in the right situation. It's not that important. Another fleet support ship, repair, some flux pods, tachyon sensor, sample, more ordnance. So much ordnance. It's not like we're using ordnance weapons. It's not really going heavy on plasma missiles. Mines, tiny. Oh, recon drone. Waves, whales. Oh, robo farmers, interesting. Waves, whales, and wreckers. Oh, that's what his naming scheme is. All his remote mining ships are words that start with W's. And that is one of his cloaky drones, yeah. The ones that are now banned. I mean, you can still use them, is what we said, but only individually, not to cloak entire drone groups. So use them as cloaky scouts. But for the cloaky scout purposes, I've built the hawks. No, eagles. They don't have guns on them anymore. I think the earlier eagle designs had guns on them to take out any targets of opportunity, like much what I just built the Rian design for. Oh well. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to screenshotulate this for my allies' consumption. Save the game and go.